Hello, this is a Bayco cord winder. This is the kind of thing you hang on the wall or the ceiling so you can get a wind up extension cord and then have it retract itself. But as we back away from this, you'll notice that the extension cord is laying all over the ground, and the reason for that is that it got pulled out so far it won't retract itself anymore. Before we start to take this apart, I flipped it over to show on the back side of it that on one of the support struts you'll see a little metal prong sticking out, and that is what is used to hold the inner parts of the thing when you pull it out, so there'll be a string. So as we take this apart, we don't want that thing to come out of position. Okay, so we've turned it over now, and I'm going to remove this Phillips screw here. I've now put 5 or 6 pieces of tape that go across this side where the prong is, and the tape to the outer ring, the black ring, that will keep it from spinning when we take this apart. Okay, we're going to remove this screw on the side where the plug-in cord is located. Okay, you want to have an extra washer on here, a little larger to fit, so when you take this screw on this opposite side to where the plug-in cord goes, that we will put this in place to hold everything together, and we need that washer. And so we'll get this out the rest of the way here. Okay, now slide this off, hold this down on here. Have to kind of flex the other side to get it past its groove, and we should be able to get this out. There we go. Alright, so slide that out, and this is important. This is a hex shaft that fits in a hex hole here. So we want to put the washer on top of that, and then you can put the star washer on it if you want, and then we're going to tighten that into the shaft, and that'll keep this back thing here from getting off where the clutch engages. Now I've flipped it over to the other side, and we're going to take the cover off. Lift this off carefully, and this is where the contacts make the electrical connection into the reel. In order to get this thing straight again, we're going to block that in between my feet and my leg, and put some gloves on because you can hurt yourself otherwise. When you get it to the point where it's almost to the end, you find that pulling on it, it's just not going to get released. And this is where you have to get the hands Okay, we're going to get this thing going here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this between my knee and my foot so that the outer housing doesn't stick. The reason these things don't want to wind up when they get near the top is that the length of cord, everything, I don't know exactly why, but it has to spin a little bit in the right direction to wind in order to get it to cause a lever to pop out centrifugally from the center, and that's what gets it to release it so it can wind it up. So what we're going to do, by the way, I do put on some gloves because if this gets loose, I don't want to get my fingertips pulled up. So we're going to take it around a little bit, and I'm going to swing it really fast to the right, which didn't work, but we're going to, if we can get this to one to do it. There. Okay, so that time I got it going fast enough that now it's in the mode where it will allow us to wind the wheel back up. And this is all still contained inside, so we don't have, I do have an opportunity to slice my fingers off if I had the tips out and it went real fast and I grabbed it. But we're not sitting here with this thing flying all over the room because we taped the case together. So now we're going to get it all wound up at the end, and it may be that it might have to have a little bit extra at the end, and we'll do that by adding it to the winder without actually using the string to get there. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, we're going to put the cover on, and here are the contactors. All we have to do is set that down. But this other hole here, which is going to line with the support bracket, we want that to be positioned so that little hole there that's got a raised edge that gets caught on the things. So this is showing how this bracket goes on. You see there's some little tangs on this. They actually have to fit to the outsides of these two plastic nubs. So we're going to slide this over. The other side's got a screw in it, which we'll take out. So that has to be over the tub. These have to be aligned here so that they go in, and then this has to be close enough on the rotation around that when we go to put the flat screw back in here, it'll go through. And the protector screws are still inside this side, and bring back, and we're going to remove the screw with the washer so we can put the bracket on. Okay, we're going to put the bracket on here. Note these two nubs, they're plastic on the back housing. All this has to engage. These two have to stay inside the sides of this bracket here, and this particular spot has to be on that prong. Slide over those. We turn the screw in the middle here. If it was a little out of alignment, we might have to pull the tape off to get those things started in the middle. In this case, it's close enough that it's going to be able to put in there. So we're going to run this down in. Okay, so now we're going to take the lock washer we took off before. It had the extra washer on it. And with this bracket now, we don't have the extra washer anymore. We're just putting the screw in right against this black bracket itself. As soon as I can get it aligned right. Just a little bit more. Here, I think we get it. Not showing this 3D very well, but we'll get the kick in right here. Okay. About to start the screw in. I have a hunch that it's the other side is what's making it difficult to get this into position, but we'll set this in first. Notice that that prong is still through this bracket and through the hole in the cover. That's what takes the torque of the spring and ties it down to whatever it's attached to. Okay, got that pretty firm there. Okay, now we'll flip it back over.